Welcome to the Austin All Day Podcast. I'm Jason Powers, and here with us is Chef Britt and Chef Jim of Holy Roller. Before we get started, I wanted to bring up something I mentioned a few episodes back, and that is video. We have Heidi listening all the way in Minneapolis on her morning commute. She's planning to move to Austin soon, and she's taken an interest in the podcast, and she's wondering where is the video feed. Rest assured, it's on its way, working out a few kinks, but we'll have that up as soon as possible. I'm glad you're listening. Keep listening, and thank you. Follow the podcast on Instagram and support the podcast on Patreon. You guys sit back, grab a drink, and check it out.
Is this a journey of self-discovery through podcasting?
It is. Close your eyes and count backwards from 10.
You're never going to leave this house.
So, Chef Britt, Chef Jim, Holy Roller.
Holy Roller.
Holy Roller.
Welcome to South Austin.
Thanks
Yes.
for having us.
Oh, yes.
San Antonio.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
San Antonio. Next stop, San Antonio. So, yeah, but thank you guys for coming out here. Britt, you came from work today?
I did.
Yes, and Jim's been lollygagging?
I have. It's been a day off, and it's been awesome.
Those are always
Yeah,
nice.
it's been good.
Up to anything interesting?
Sorry, Britt.
Yeah.
Me, today,
Sure, yeah.
swimming, deep eddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
You're being
Are you
productive.
jealous?
I know.
I'm super jealous.
No, yesterday we redid our kitchen cabinets and was working on that painting for the shop, and then today was a nothing day. So,
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how's Holy Roller going?
Great.
you say.
It's rolling.
Yeah,
It's
You know.
rolling.
it's rolling.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
doing good.
It's busy.
You guys feeling the summer? A little bit?
A little bit. Not as much as I thought we were. I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be slower, but
Yeah. It's still bringing in a lot of traffic for brunch, I'm sure.
Brunch is bread and butter. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we get a lot of tourists that come into the shop, and then that hasn't really slowed down. But
Okay.
I think over the past weekend, we saw it pick up again.
yeah.
So I imagine that we're probably done with summer weekends probably right now.
The summer
Yeah.
slump, right?
Correct.
Well, nice. That's good to hear. So let's introduce you guys a little bit. Jim, you're from Austin.
Yes.
Grew up here.
Yes. I went to Castro Elementary, which is just around here.
That's where my daughter's right about to go.
I was the first class to go in before
No
when it was
kidding.
built. Yeah.
Oh, cool. What
Yeah.
an honor. There she
So-
is.
Yeah. Hi, Castro. Yeah. Are they
So-
still the koalas?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah, we were
That's
koalas.
so cute.
Yes. And I rode the Bumblebee bus.
Bumblebee.
I remember that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. It will be
Yeah.
funny if she gets that.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. So Castro. So you lived in South Austin, yeah?
I did, yeah. And then for junior high and high school, we left, and I lived in the North DFW area for a
Okay.
little while, and then came right back the second I could. So
And-
I've been back since '99.
Without the folks, you came back on your own accord?
Yeah.
Okay. Cooking? Was that influenced?
What do you mean?
Were you cooking at that point, or were you just looking to get back home?
I was cooking. My first actual cooking job was in a Thai restaurant up in the suburbs of Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, called Thai Tango. And I know, it was very bougie for a Thai restaurant. And I loved it, and I almost got stolen away to Thailand, which I kind of regret. Maybe I should have gone.
Maybe.
And never stopped cooking. I went to college and did all of that for academia, but I never stopped cooking.
Sure.
So, yeah.
And then irony is that you're about to move to Dallas.
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Super weird.
So
Sorry.
Castro connection, Dallas. Everybody's just swapping here. And you're from?
I'm from Southern California
Okay.
originally. Kind of grew up on the West Coast. Went to high school outside of Seattle. Went back to California. My parents are in San Diego.
Yeah.
So kind of hung out there for about 4 years before I moved here in 2012.
You missed. How do you like San Diego compared to here?
The weather's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't really know why I left looking back. I just wanted to get out. And,
That's that summer heat talking
Austin
right
looks
now.
cool.
Yeah. But Austin is cool, right?
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. San Diego's also great.
It is.
Are they still there?
They are still there.
Ever tempted to kind of go back there?
Yeah, definitely. Prices kind of keep me away.
Oh, definitely.
Housing in general is pretty expensive, but it's not too far away.
I mean, it's
from
not cheap
Austin
anywhere now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywhere you want to be is not affordable.
No.
So
Here, right?
I feel like any city I think about going to
In general.
In general right now, it's like that we're in a stage of urban like direction. You know, the pendulum always swings, so it's like suburban flight, urban flight, and everybody's going back to cities these days. So
Yeah.
you know,
It is pricey. You cannot be a line cook and just be living in Austin.
no, not without 5 roommates. You know,
Same with,
whatever.
but San Diego. I mean, you get 5 roommates in San Diego. You need like a whole kitchen to buy a house.
Yeah, definitely.
It's crazy.
Hopefully things will change soon.
So you came to Austin. What? And you mentioned why?
I came to Austin just because I was in college in San Diego, kind of bouncing around
Okay.
a couple of colleges and wasn't really feeling it. Knew that I wanted to go into culinary,
Right.
but just my parents wanted me to go the more traditional route first. And I was like, no, I like this more than a hobby. So I had a friend moving to Austin, and I was just looking for somewhere to go.
Yeah.
I was like, Austin sounds great. Sure. There's a culinary school there. So
Definitely.
packed up and drove out here. And
Had a little talk with mom and dad about we're going to go to school here,
Yeah.
not in the traditional way.
yeah.
And was there any kind of resistance there?
No, not at all. They were super supportive.
Oh,
I
that's
think because
great.
they realized like I just was not.
Not
I
going to
just
listen.
was not into school like
Okay.
traditional college. I got good grades in high school. It just wasn't. It was boring.
School
I
is
needed
boring.
to do something.
Yeah,
So
keep your hands busy.
yeah.
Definitely. So you find your way out here. So Escoffier is the school of choice?
Yes. Yep. That's where I went. I did the baking and pastry program.
Nice.
I think now they have like a full-on associate's degree, but I just did the 8-month. I think it was like 8 months or something. That kind of diploma program. And it was awesome.
Yeah, you got a lot out of it?
Yeah, I didn't really have any experience in the kitchen before. My first experience in a kitchen was I was a lifeguard in Disney World for a couple of years, so that
Okay.
was awesome.
Was that pre-tattoos?
That was pre-tattoo.
Because you can't get in there with tattoos.
No,
is
you
there?
have to like cover them up with makeup and everything.
Oh my goodness! Can you
Are
imagine?
you serious? Really? Oh man,
Isn't that nuts?
There is no way.
Yeah, I had friends that we constantly had to like go get concealer and stuff.
Yeah.
It was such a pain in the butt. But yeah, I was over there and I knew that I really liked baking and cooking, and I picked up a shift at a restaurant, which I thought was like going to be hostess,
Yeah.
but it was actually a dish pit shift.
Oh.
And it was like
Fell
12
in
hours.
love. Read
the
And I
fine
loved
print.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved it. And I had so much fun. And the restaurant was crazy busy. It was one of their big resort restaurants.
So you were
So-
kind of attracted to the mania? Of,
Yeah.
especially with the dish pit, right?
Yeah,
You just
the
get
dish
stacks
pit
and
was-
stacks, and you're
They were
getting wet.
throwing stuff at me. And it was crazy. But just watching everybody cook and be on the line and the way
Okay.
they moved, I was like, I want to do this. So,
So
that's
how
kind
long
of
did
when
it take you to get on the line somewhere?
after that, I guess it was like 4 years later.
Okay.
Took me a little bit, but
So Escoffier, no regrets there. Jim, you said college, but it wasn't culinary arts.
No, I never went to culinary school. School of Hard Knocks, sir. No, just always cooking. So, I did 3.5 years stint on the line at Central Market when I came back while I was in school.
North or south?
North.
With Chef Larry by any chance?
Actually, yes.
Isn't he awesome?
Yeah, he is awesome, and I'm surprised he's still there. That's just a long time to stay in a spot,
But he's so humble, and every time I talk to him, he's like the jolly Chef Larry.
Yeah, no, he was awesome. I can't honestly can't remember the chef I had before him. Larry came in while I was there.
Oh, so
I think
that's
his
a good
name
while
was
ago.
Chef Ed.
Chef
I don't
Ed.
remember his last name off the top of my head. Super tall guy, nice guy too. But honestly, Larry pulled the culture together a little bit better.
Sure. Well, maybe that's why he's still there.
Yeah,
right?
probably.
Good thing.
Yeah. No, this was back in 2001.
Goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't you feel old saying that?
Yes. Yeah. So I did that, and then one of my mentors, Brent Schumacher, left. He was one of the sous chefs there at the time, and he left and started his own catering company. And he took a few of us, or requested that we come with him, and we did that and started Pink Avocado. And I was there for 12 years. Yeah, helped running that company.
How cool. Pink Avocado. I think I've been in touch with Brent. He's going to hop on here
Oh yeah.
when they get. Well, they're in a slump. I'm sure they're
Yeah,
probably about
that-
to start pick back up. but-
Summers are deadly for catering companies. It's
Yeah.
worse for them than it is for restaurants.
Very cool though. That's some cool history. So he was at Central Market too, or
He was at Central Market before I was. I think if he wasn't one of the opening crew, he was shortly after that. So he was probably there since 95. I'm guesstimating. Sorry, Brent. 95, 97 is probably when he started there. And I started, like I said, 2001, something like that.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
How long did you stick around the Pink Avocado? And what did you think about catering? Was that the first?
That was the first catering company I worked for. I'd done catering projects through Central Market because they have a beast of catering that happens through that building. But that was the first company I worked for, and we were just figuring it out. There was nothing. We were delivering food out of our own cars and cooking in this tiny little kitchen, which was the old Emos, if anybody remembers that. Yeah, and then it turned into El Sol y la Luna. Mm-hmm. And that became their kitchen when we moved. Oh. Yeah. So it was nutty.
And they're doing good now.
They're doing great. And at this point, again, I might get the numbers wrong, but they've got to be 15 years old now, something like that.
Very cool. You're reminding me to call him up, especially Will.
He has stories. He'll be good.
Cool. That's great.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of bouncing back and forth here between you guys, but you, after Escoffier, what happened here? Where did you end up?
I think it was like 3 months. I did a short externship at Noble's Sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Here on Burnett's.
Burnett, okay.
Overnight, baking bread.
Oh, right.
So that was a good kind of push into the kitchen and my first real kitchen job, and it was fun. It was interesting. I learned a lot.
Sure.
And then I went to St. Philip while they were opening. So I got there. It was like a week. They had a whole team there for about a week before I got there. And then
I used to go there as every chance I could.
Yeah.
It was great food.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. It was a great culture. It was a great place to be. Everybody there was awesome.
And the bakery was amazing.
Yeah, it was a beast.
Yeah.
It was a lot. So it was a lot of fun. I learned so much.
Sure.
It's a super talented crew.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of talent in the building.
Yes.
So that ends up closing. Were you there throughout the whole?
I left right before closing.
Right before.
And I knew it was happening.
But did you stick with anybody who was working there? Did you guys stay together at all?
Not on purpose, but one of the chefs that was working there, Frank Manuck, I would say his last name wrong.
Yeah.
He opened the hotel, the Kimpton Hotel Van Zant.
Yes.
And the restaurant Geraldine's was in there. So I went there after St. Philip. So I kind of waited for that to open. They were delayed like a month or two. So
all these cool spots you get to go to.
Yeah. So it was fun kind of seeing how St. Philip opened and
Sure.
then going to a hotel, seeing how that opened. And that was like a total different animal.
Yeah. What'd you
that was
think? Did you like one over the other?
Not more than the other. I mean, I learned things from both of them. I really enjoyed St. Philip, and I really enjoyed the hotel, just learning some more of the bigger banquet stuff and, tackling those events and diving into that. That was exciting.
Yeah. Did you know Chef Garrett at the time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still there.
He's still there.
He's still there.
Yes. I've been twisting his arm as well to get on here.
Oh, yeah.
He's had a child, and he is very busy.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
I know how that can go.
Yeah, he's like running the place now pretty much.
Yeah, which is great. And he's awesome. He's awesome.
He was wonderful. I really liked working with him. But yeah, everybody who's still there, still have good friends there.
Solid crew. Very.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know by chance Daryl Payne?
Yes, and I listened to his podcast.
Okay.
I remember him he was actually at Escoffier while I was there.
I was going to
Same time?
ask that, but
Yeah.
I thought, how random would that be?
I remember him he was on the savory side. He was always walking around talking to everybody. So he was super awesome. And then he staged at Geraldine. So I was like, I remember that guy. He's got to work here. So.
He is incredible, right?
Oh, yeah.
So maybe like superhuman?
I think so.
I think so, too. He's on something or just on a way different level than most people.
He's totally tapped into every part of himself. Like he's
nuts.
awesome.
And then the skeleton is like a kamikaze event.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear his? He's an Olympic hopeful and skeleton.
Yeah.
Which is
What?
Skeleton.
No, I'm not familiar with this.
It's like the bobsledding, but the flipped around where you're going straight down.
Like a bullet.
I think, if
That's
I
insane.
recall, like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, And then he's built like he's so athletic, and I was like, well, why? You're just flying down a tube, but so I guess
It's
you're
funny what
Paralympic.
people can get into. I wouldn't expect that somebody's like, yeah, I do that. That's what I do.
Crazy.
Forgive me, Daryl, but I can't remember why. But I think he went for something else, but they were like, you're too light, so this'll work for you, or the other way around.
He did go for something else. He went
Yeah.
for something else, and then
Because I don't think he was like, yeah, I want to go downhill first.
yeah, no, he was. I can't remember what else was. It wasn't bobsled, was it?
I feel like it was, but that's
Cool Runnings.
Yeah, there
He
you
was
go.
inspired.
Yeah, Cool Runnings. That's that 2001 Central Market.
Man,
Showing your age
Yeah,
there.
I know.
That's okay.
There's wisdom in there somewhere.
That's somewhere.
Somewhere.
We'll get it out.
Yeah.
I think I was still in middle school.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that much older than you. Yes,
No.
I am.
I didn't think you were, but
I
it just
am.
hit me.
Yeah.
So Hotel Van Zant, you got a good crew. I mean, obviously. And how long were you over there?
I was there a year and a half,
Okay.
and that's where I met Callie Spear.
Callie Spear.
and
She
then-
was at Hotel Van
She
Zant.
was the opening pastry chef, so she was the
Okay.
executive pastry chef, and then she left probably. God, I don't even know how long she was there. Maybe 8 months.
Sure.
Maybe almost a year. But she left, and then I was there, and I liked it. I was learning a lot, but she brought me this opportunity to go work with her.
Okay.
and
So you
open
guys
Holy Roller.
got close.
Yeah,
She saw talent in you, I'm sure. I'm assuming.
I guess so, something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she told me about Holy Roller, and I was like, that sounds amazing. And
What did
Now
she
we're here.
tell you when she
She-
told you about it?
basically, she was like, the style of food that we were doing at the hotel, and just the people that were above us. Not that they were bad or anything.
What do you mean, like the corporate kind of?
Yeah, they were just. It was just little things that we just weren't into it.
Sure.
We both kind of had the same ideas about food and the same ideas about how to treat people and just the work environment that we weren't getting at the hotel. And
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "I'm going to do this on my own," and I was like, "Cool, I'm right there with you."
Nice. So like sisters in it together.
Yeah, it was awesome. Good opportunity.
And at that time, Jim, you must have been at Native Hostels.
Yeah, probably lined up around that time. I left, so I started Native about 2.5 years ago from now. So 2.5 years ago, I started at Native. Yeah.
Okay. What were you doing before that?
I was at Pink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I had a huge stint there. It was
Sure.
over a decade.
Nice.
Yeah. Which is why I left. It's after a while, you just turn around and you're like, you know what? Like, it's time to get out of this bubble.
Exactly. I mean, there's one thing to be like a line cook that's just bouncing around from job to job, but then there's another thing to be kind of dedicated to your craft, and then you kind of just need to kind of reignite the fire.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be forever grateful for what happened there and the opportunities I was given and what I got to learn. And, we were teaching ourselves and teaching other people. And
Sure.
the style of food we didn't exist because we were a fully custom catering company. So I was cooking Indian food one day, and then I was cooking Chinese food for a Chinese family the following week.
Pretty valuable.
It is, yeah. And, and we pull people in to try and help teach us a little bit here and there, but also just study your ass off to see what you can do and make the food as good as possible every single time. And so, we would build kitchens when we went out to events. We wouldn't just heat food up and drop it. And, we were doing it. But
Any,
it was time to go.
Yeah. Any crazy stories that you can remember from that time out catering?
I mean, there were a lot.
a lot of crazy stories.
Some that we probably shouldn't disclose. But
Sure.
I remember arriving at a venue pretty far down south, further than it had to be in Buda. Just this villa-style house in the middle of a field, and we get there, and they had dropped our oven. The rental company had put an oven out in the middle of the field, which is probably 400 or 500 feet away from the building, and that's where we had to cook. There was no electricity, there was no running water, there was no nothing, and we had to figure out how to get the kitchen built, get power to it,
Around this.
set it up appropriately so we didn't make unsafe food, and then figure out lighting. Like it was about to be dark, and it was a plated meal.
Oh wow.
So it was stuff like that, though. It happened all the time. The ovens would break in the middle of service, and we had to figure out how to fix them ourselves. And because nobody's helping you then.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was fun, though.
I'm not familiar with catering, but I've talked to a couple guys who are into it, and yeah, it sounds like its own beast.
Yeah, but you learn so much. I think catering gets a bad rap. And I owe all of my knowledge to that experience. So.
That's what I said from the get-go with the first catering chef on here. Was it almost seems like, was this the easy way out, like what you got? And
it's so much harder.
Yeah, not at all. Does Holy Roller do any kind of catering events?
No, not really. We do like a little
buyouts.
We do buyouts, but not anything off-site.
Okay.
We've done a couple things, just small for like neighbors, but nothing.
Sure. So what was it like getting Holy Roller up and going? Was it up and going, and then you got involved, or did you actually?
It started with her in the beginning. So Holy Roller used to be Wahoo's.
Yes.
So picking stickers off of stuff.
Wahoo's.
And came in once we were all painted and filling up the kitchen and filling up the dining room with everything.
Sure.
So, from the very beginning. And it was
what a
exciting.
Transformation.
Yeah, it was crazy to see it come from like this dirt floor once they pulled everything out of Wahoo's. And then
Wahoo's was a mess, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it like flooded or?
I don't.
It was pretty bad.
Probably.
Yeah.
Definitely makes sense now. Being in Holy
I kept calling it
Yeah.
earlier today. I was trying to recall the name of Wahoo's, and I kept saying Waldo's. So Wahoo's, that's it.
Wahoo's.
That's it. But when did you get over there? What prompted that? I know Native Hostels kind of went to revamp their food program to just use a food trailer and focus on the bar. Is that it?
That's what happened. Native Hostel started as a multi-pronged sort of business, and so they had bar, coffee shop, hostel accommodations, kitchen,
I don't know.
all of it.
I still like that idea.
It's a good idea, but it wasn't especially focused in promoting all aspects of that. And so over time, they realized that the ownership really wanted to focus on promoting the hostel side and the bar and event side. And so they folded the food part to increase the bar space. And so when there's no kitchen, there's no me.
And how'd you take it? Were you okay with it? You thought it was a good idea?
I had mixed feelings about it.
Yeah.
We had invested so much in making that program work, and we had lots of reliable customers and good feedback on the food that we were making at that point. We had gone through some transitions in the menu.
Yeah.
And that's always hard. But we had finally gotten, some public knowledge for what we were doing, and then they decided to kind of backtrack that. So.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I was okay with the decision because it made sense from their point of view.
Sure.
Good experience again, and it was time to go. So,
Nice.
And that's when I talked to Callie. I think I texted her the same day. I was like, "And you need a baker," and so I'll bake.
Wow.
That's not what happened. So I ended up not really baking. But
Yeah. No,
That's not at all what happened.
No, I'm not baking. I think I baked for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So warm you up.
Yeah, get me used to the space, and then things changed.
I think
So.
you actually told Katie, our head pastry girl.
Oh, Sprinkle Dick.
Yeah. Sprinkle
Yeah.
I think you told her about Jim. Was it you? You told somebody in the restaurant because it got to me,
Oh.
and then I told Callie.
Oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to say. Sorry, Jim.
No, you did
It
a good
worked out
job. It's
fine.
great.
I
It
don't
worked
know.
out great
Yeah.
because I know that
it's fine.
it was either you, Katie, or you told someone in
Okay.
our restaurant, and then I told Callie. I was like, "Hey, this guy's free," because
Cool.
Jim had come to our Halloween party.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was
Forgot
Devil
about that.
Boy.
I was
Devil
devil.
Boy.
I was devil boy.
He was Devil Boy, and I was like, "Okay, cool. He's cool."
Yeah, that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what happened. So
Well, good. I'm glad that worked out. I mean, so you're happy over there, right?
yeah, I love it.
So what's Holy Roller like? What are you guys doing over there? Are you guys? I mean, you're killing it sometimes. I mean, we have the summer here.
Yeah, I feel like we live brunch to brunch.
Yeah.
Brunch.
Is that,
so
is that
brunch
just
is-
me or
Right now, I feel like we're living brunch to brunch.
yeah?
Just because brunches are tourists, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties.
In the vein of like tourists, when we get like South by and ACL and what have you, are you guys getting kind of slaughtered for those?
Yeah, but it's like we only can get so busy, and we already get that busy on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel crazy. It just feels longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
it'll
that's one of
start
the
on
things I love about
Thursday
it.
instead of Saturday. So it's just like 4 brunch days.
Mm-hmm. which is exhausting, but
Yeah.
you know that there's some sort of limitation, and because we do hit it so often,
Yeah.
we hit it every week.
Yeah.
You know, on a Sunday or a busy Saturday, there's an hour and a half wait to get in,
oh my
and so
goodness, yeah,
and
nuts.
that's every week.
Yeah, that's very
So-
common though in Austin.
Yeah,
I mean, that's great and all that you guys. The lines are horrible.
no, it's true. I mean, I personally would never. You know, if I wasn't always working brunch, I would not go.
Were you guys
It's
open
not a
on
thing.
Easter?
We were, yes.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Wait, when was that?
That was fine, I think. I didn't think it was that busy.
No,
Where were we?
I feel
I don't remember.
like I just register. Is it brunch or is it not brunch right
Yeah.
now? Or what goal do we have internally?
for brunch.
You know, kind of, yeah. So it's a little myopic, but you know, it's kind of nice to not think about South by being a game changer because we're already busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so
That is a great place to be. I mean, like that's what you want,
yeah.
right? So, I guess can we disclose that you're Dallas? I guess I already
Yeah.
said this.
Yeah,
So
that's
you're
out
on
there.
your way out of here.
Yeah, next Sunday. Not
You
this
are,
Sunday,
as
next
Jim and I
Sunday.
agreed, escaping Austin.
Oh,
I mean, you're not escaping the heat by any means.
No, a
But-
little less humidity up there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's bittersweet.
Sure.
I'm gonna miss everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sad, but I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
Excited for something new. I've been in Austin. I think Austin. I've lived here longer than I've lived anywhere else. I've kind of hopped around
Okay.
as an adult. So
How
for
long
me to go.
how long you been here?
I got here 2012. So what is that? 6, 7, 8?
Okay.
7 and change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason for Dallas?
My girlfriend is going to graduate school,
Okay.
UT Dallas, and I didn't want to do the whole drive back and forth thing.
No, that's not good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you guys are close.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it could work both ways. If you are close, it can work, but if you are close, it can also tear you apart.
Yeah.
I can't imagine long distance being in this business.
I don't want to do it. It's
You know.
not worth it.
That's a good point. I mean, you're already
worth it.
working crazy hours.
Yeah, you know, I think we work really hard to try and stabilize everyone's lives as best as possible, but of course it means that, you know, and Britt is especially sacrificing. You know, there's nobody that works a more rigorous schedule than she does in the building. Literally in the building. I looked at everybody's hours a couple times, and you are the only one that works like you do. But I can't imagine doing that and being long distance. It's just...
Yeah. And we have a disabled dog, so
Oh, really?
I gotta take care of her. And
What's the disability?
her back legs are paralyzed
Oh, wow.
because she got back surgery that didn't stick. So she wears a little diaper.
Okay.
It's cute.
Like,
Gross.
it's cute.
so her back legs are, does she roll? And use
she
it?
pulls, scoots.
Okay.
It's kind of creepy.
But if you
She
want to
goes real
take her
fast.
for a walk, can she put on a tire, little mini wheels?
we actually got looks like a little wheelchair thing that has
That's
just the
interesting.
2 back wheels. It's cute. She's kind of an asshole though. She doesn't like to use it.
Yeah.
So she also has a stroller, which she enjoys.
The strollers.
So we're those
strollers
people.
a go.
We're those people walking
completely different
walking
reasons,
the diaper
though.
dog
I
in a
mean-
stroller.
Yeah.
So
So with these hours,
amazing.
how is it at home with your girlfriend?
she's been very understanding. We met right before when I was still in culinary school
Yeah.
when we got together. And I think we both did not realize what I was getting myself into.
Okay.
So she's been extremely understanding,
When you say
very
that,
supportive.
do you mean the hours, or do you kind of mean because it can be stressful on the body? I mean,
Both. I just
just everything.
yeah,
Just the
everything.
business?
Just,
The
the
industry.
business. and-
Yeah.
Do you see yourself staying in culinary arts?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can do something in
Yes.
Dallas.
Yes, I kind of had I go back and forth. I call it, my midlife crisis that happens every couple years. But yes, I mean, I think it's my passion, and no matter how hard it is and how stressful it gets, I still love it.
Sure.
We're kind of all like that.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, we have these conversations a couple
Yeah.
times a week.
Oh, yeah.
Where- yeah. This
Really?
conversation.
And the
We do.
walk-in, is that where?
No, we're pretty open about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kind of anywhere.
Yep.
We're just like, what are we doing? Why are we still doing this?
Why? Yeah.
You know?
Any have you guys come to any conclusions? Useful?
No,
No.
not
No.
useful.
No.
Yeah,
Still in the
nothing
air.
useful. I mean, that's a summation, but I think that's what everybody says. You know, it's like you said it earlier. You were at Disneyland or Disney World, and you saw people on the line, and you got twitchy, and it's like, I got to do that. And I think that's just what we do. You know, we see this, and there's something about us that gravitates towards that type of work.
Sure.
You know.
I think the back of the house, right? That you're drawn towards that. It's got like kind of I don't know what is it? It's like a pirate ship.
Yeah, 100%.
It's interesting that Holy Roller kind of brings that to the front of the house a little bit,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah, one of our customers the other day told our server that because we're all tattooed, we must be a bunch of badasses. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like had some country accent.
And you're like,
Yeah.
I need to go take care of my disabled dog now,
Yeah.
so leave me alone.
Yeah, it's funny.
You get some interesting characters who don't really know what we are.
They don't know what to make of us. I mean, I guess that we're a spectacle,
Yeah.
kind of.
I mean, we've gotten letters from people who saw an article or saw us on TV and were like writing us to tell us how terrible we are for being called Holy Roller and having a coffin with a neon cross on it. And
You know what? There's part of me that just that's classic today. I love that. That's great.
Yeah. I mean,
I love that. That's their point of view.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
It's
we
no
need
harm.
people like you to say ridiculous things like
Yeah.
that.
right. Come to brunch. You'll love it.
now that letter hangs in the office and it's fun to read. So
I saw a now I am sorry, I have not been there to eat. Okay, so
You can't go to every restaurant that you.
it's
are in
true.
contact
It's
with.
true. And once I get home, I'm the type that like it's very hard to get me out of here. I
Yeah.
mean, and I'm in South Austin.
especially
I'm in
'cause you're
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah. As far as they go. But I had seen a video. So is there a confessional?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me, disclose all all these things that you guys have read in the back of the house. All of them. Just spill your
The
guts.
confessional. Man, there's some really weird stuff.
That's not where you guys are reading these, like, how dare you, Holy
No,
Roller.
no,
Okay.
no.
No,
This is
no,
just like
they're
people.
more fun.
Some people put like, "Oh my god, I love brunch."
And then
Becky was
somebody, it must have been a month ago or something, was like, "Yeah, we had sex in the bathroom or
Yeah.
something like that." You know,
That's
And
more
then-
interesting than
yeah,
brunch
like
one.
expected stuff.
A
like
lot
that, I
about
guess.
like
Gotta go do an extra clean in the.
yeah,
yeah, but it's a lot about like sex stuff. A lot of I cheated on my spouse or significant other.
Oh my goodness.
Get a lot of those.
just an anonymous place to
Yeah.
dump
Just
your sins.
Some
yeah.
weird, really weird stuff.
So in that now that you've said that perspective, I kind of like. I might go, and now I'll go.
Just,
I got some stuff I
let
can
it
write
go.
down.
Yeah, you
Let
just have a
loose.
place to deposit those thoughts.
Whatever I put in, this is Jason. That's what'll happen there. You
I don't read them often enough. I
Yeah,
feel
we
like
don't.
So it must not be that interesting then.
no, it's because I
Money?
just don't. I
No
don't
money?
even. I don't think about it. You know, it's the
But you-
front of the house that really opens those things up,
Yeah.
like Dory.
Oh, okay.
Right, the bar. We used to read them every Sunday, and then they would make a drink based off of one.
How appropriate for the Holy Roller?
There
A
were
holy
some.
day.
There's some pretty inappropriate, so we kind of scaled back on trying to make a drink out of these things. But yeah, we used to read them every Sunday, and now we just kind of.
I feel like it's fallen off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, you guys had been doing that from the opening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. Unless it's very exciting, of course, it might lose a little
Over
bit.
time.
Yeah.
But we held on to them. We have pretty much all of them still saved. I think we're
No,
to do something with them one day.
like
Put it in a book,
blackmail.
like a little lookbook,
I think a book is amazing.
Yeah.
I think you should do that.
That is cool.
burn book.
That is cool. I like the idea of a book.
Yeah, so do I.
I keep telling Callie Spear that she needs to get on that.
Yeah.
So you see her
She on
for
board?
sure.
Poker for a book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, and what are you up to after? I mean, she's going to depart here and leave us all, unfortunately. But great.
Yeah, so I am going to try and fill her shoes. It's not going to work.
So,
yeah,
You're
it'll
already
be it'll be just me in her role.
Okay.
Yeah.
but I mean, it sounds like you're chef de cuisine over there. You're taking care of all the day-to-day everything, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to try and step up and take care of that stuff.
Sure.
How do you honestly feel? Is that how you really feel, that you're not going to be able to do it?
No, I think I'll
Okay.
be able to do it. It's not a role that I haven't had before. So
Yeah. You were doing that over at Native Hostels, right?
yeah, and I was that role in the catering company at the time too.
Okay.
You know, I did all of the ordering and the scheduling for a long period of time until we split that role. And so a lot of it I've had a long period of time to do.
Sure.
It's more just, Britt's been there since the inception. So, that's a tide change, and that's a lot of pressure to try and keep things running the way that they're used to having. And, you've been the one. There's not been anybody else doing that. So,
Yeah, that might be rough for some, right?
yeah.
I mean,
I've been there 6-ish months,
Yeah.
something like that. And I feel like it's been a lot longer, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
I think that everybody else is on board with it. So,
Oh yeah, everybody loves you.
hopefully.
time
like-
flies. 6 months.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's gone by really fast.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's nuts.
But when the chief leaves, it's not always. I mean, sometimes there's a little turmoil. I
Sure.
mean, it's not always, roses. So
No. And it's the unexpected stuff. You can't predict that. So I'm not worried about the function of the job. It's more that I think we're all going to miss you, and who am I going to complain to about my life choices?
I know.
It's
We'll have
good.
to,
come
like,
on, text message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may be the only person I ever FaceTime. If it gets that
There
bad.
you go.
I'm excited. I don't do that either, so
I
that'll
don't
be a
do
first
that,
for me
yeah.
too.
You guys don't do the FaceTime?
Oh,
No, it's creepy.
No, I don't.
So
Can't do that.
I know what you look
so
like.
there's
I
no
don't need to
children
see
involved
you.
here, are there?
No.
No.
So that's why I FaceTime.
Okay.
That's the only one I FaceTime with.
Well, that makes sense.
It
You can
makes
pass
sense.
for that.
It'll make you dizzy because
Really?
she's running around.
Oh.
Look at this. Look at that.
She's trying to show you everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
She'll FaceTime the grandmother.
How old
and-
is she?
5.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
She'll FaceTime my mother, and
Yeah.
she'll take the phone and set it up somewhere and play with her for an hour.
Oh, that's so
She just
cute.
wants you to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my mother, not
Yeah.
with me.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
FaceTiming
Oh, okay.
her for an hour.
Yeah.
I have to go. But yeah, so that's a thing.
That's
and all
funny.
the kids are doing it, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Who knows
I
what's
mean,
next?
kids aren't happening, so
Yeah.
maybe
No,
never
thank you.
FaceTiming
Yeah.
unless we do it.
Yeah.
And if we do that, we're gonna get creeped out and hit the
Oh, yeah,
button
it'll
and
be
turn
so
it off.
weird.
Really. It's not gonna happen.
Like,
You say that. You
Yeah.
say it. You never know. You never know.
We'll see. Text.
yeah, text.
So the future is kind of up in the air. Not sure
Not
exactly.
sure. I've got some thing
Yeah.
working on.
Are you
Really want to get it.
okay?
But, we'll see.
Yeah. So you're actively trying to work on something.
Yeah. Not just one thing that I'm looking at just because I like the company,
Sure.
good culture.
Nice.
But if I don't get that, then I think I might just take a step back and see what's out there. I mean, I haven't been in Dallas.
Yeah. Well,
Like
he's got
enough,
some pointers.
so.
I mean, some, right? No.
It's been a long
been a while,
time.
yeah.
It's been over 20 years
Yeah.
since I've
It's
been
probably
there.
changed just as much as Austin, right?
Maybe more. I
Wow.
mean, they have more money to change their infrastructure. My parents still live up there, and every time I go back, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's like an elevated train now that didn't exist at all when I lived there, and it's
Yeah.
nuts. Yeah.
It was overwhelming just kind of driving around trying to figure out what part of town is what. And so
Right.
I'm going to take it slow, really dive in and eat everywhere I can and figure out where I want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to make any decisions too early,
That is one cool thing about relocating is you get all the new food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find something awesome.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to take over the roles here, but do you have anything else you're working on, on your future plans?
Sort of. I mean, like we just said, twice a week, I wonder what I should be doing instead of food. And so I try and go through the Rolodex of ideas around that, and it never works. So I'm back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I was working and kind of paused on, but was working on a donut pastry centric business for a
Love
little
this.
while.
Yeah.
And so I was just kind of illegally hustling donuts to a couple of places in town on a regular basis. And
I've seen photo vegan stuff or just
no,
everything.
no vegan. I mean, I can, but it's not centric around that. No,
Okay,
that's just not as much fun. Sorry, vegans.
I agree, but there is one place in New York. I'll have to turn you on to them, and I'm not going to remember their name, but it's awesome.
Yeah, I wanna hear
always
about
wanna,
it.
Yeah, I always want to eat the donuts whenever I see it. Well, who
There are
doesn't want to see it?
people-
Eat
there
a
are
donut
people
when they
that
see it.
Yeah.
do that, and they do it really, really, really well.
Done well donuts.
Okay.
That's the name of it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm doing.
Okay.
So the idea is donut and pastry centric, but I've kind of put it on the back burner for a little while. It's not gone, but
Sure. Well, you
it's-
got a lot on your plate.
yeah. Yeah.
Thanks too.
So yeah, we'll see when that picks back up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So speaking of places to like go eat, well, Dallas. What about here?
Here?
We know Holy Roller, but where, when you go out, if you're going to go explore a little bit, I mean, you've worked at, Geraldine's is cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that place is great.
your palate's got to be
Food's
tuned
great.
for some good food here.
Every time I have time to go out to eat, and I always go back to El Dorado.
Okay.
They're solid. They're consistent.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's the go-to.
It's good.
Yeah.
The margaritas are strong.
Yeah.
Let's go to El Dorado.
It's a
Classic.
selling point,
It's either
right?
that or Come or Suerte. Those are good places. Too.
Suerte. They're getting a lot of good news there.
Yeah.
Comey is amazing.
Yeah, Come is so good.
Didn't they open something new on airport? Am I wrong about that? Yes.
It's a Sautin location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's their second Sautin.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually worked with them for a little while on that one.
Oh, nice.
Only a couple months, and then a friend of mine took that position. He's killing it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that place is great. I love their coffee and their toasts. So.
Yeah.
But I don't get out as much as I should.
I feel like I think that's common too, or maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel better.
And
I
I
don't know.
don't manage my money correctly, so I don't have the money to go out and
That's
eat
true.
all
Well,
the time.
I mean, we
I'm
can.
poor.
Austin's not. It's not cheap to go out and
No.
eat.
No, it's
No.
not.
Prices have kind of like increasingly just gone up, and it seems like, yeah. I mean, you can spend upwards from. I mean, if it's just yourself, you can. And you're trying to get a drink as well. You
Yeah.
can be spending $30 on a meal
Yeah.
if you're
Easy.
going light.
Yeah, that's easy to hit.
I don't think you're alone on the not going out. I mean, I don't know. That may just make a table of three of us that like to not go out too often. But I'll do it here and there. I need to go to Holy Roller.
Yes,
And
you
I've
do.
I've said that so many.
Yeah, you
I've
should.
actually attempted, and it's the line thing where I'm like, nope, sorry.
Yeah, it's
Not today.
it's not for brunch. I mean, the brunch experience is an experience, but if you are there to eat out and you want to have a good experience that feels like us, then show up on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
You know, that's when I come in.
Nice.
You know, that's when the
to
industry
know.
people are going to be there and the regulars and bartenders before their shift. They come in and eat.
So the bar is full, stays open, till closing. I mean,
Yep.
Okay. So full
Yep.
bar. Is that it for your anywhere else that you
I'm
like?
trying to think of.
Well, here you think, Jim. How about you?
We go out enough, but I tend to like super lowbrow food.
Okay.
I appreciate high-end food, but I can't afford it, just like you were saying.
Right.
So it has to be a special occasion for me to really want to do that.
Sure.
So most of the time, it's a dive bar with really good food. So
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Arlo's. I love Arlo's.
You too.
So I'll end up at the Grackle all the time. I love
Okay.
it there.
Arlo's is killer. Yeah.
It's so good. Tataya's, I love them.
Tataya's?
Tataya's, they are the Thai restaurant. Been around for a really long time. They
Okay.
did a remodel that kept them closed for,
It's like a while, a few months.
yeah, it's almost a year, I
Yeah.
think. But that was a while ago. They're up on Lamar right before it hits Koenig.
Okay.
Yeah, in front of that Half Price Books.
Yeah,
I'll
they're
check it
super
out.
Good.
Definitely.
I usually
Yeah.
get takeout to go from them.
Right, and
It's right
that's
by my house.
the way to do it.
Is that where you're in your area too? You guys live
It
near
is,
each other?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I live over there off the airport behind Quality Seafood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
Kome
ever-
too. I love Kome.
Kome's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to Quality Seafood?
I haven't been in quite a while. It's
Ever just
another one
buy
of those
food from there?
places. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will shop like
Okay.
product from there, but don't tend to go in and eat. No.
Sure.
Used to, for whatever reason. I don't know. I just got tired of it. Or that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
No. Tomodachi. Are you familiar with them?
I'm not.
So good. Have you been there?
I haven't been there, but I hear
That's amazing.
good things.
Yeah.
Where's this?
They are up north. I believe they're off of Palmer. Sorry if I got that wrong, somebody. But
Now that you're saying that, I feel like I've heard of the name before, but I don't know anything about it.
It's the killer sushi place. It's mom and pop. It's tiny, and they have a lot of fun. And the food quality is amazing, and they've been around for a while. It's in a strip mall. Like, you wouldn't really know it's there unless you knew.
Cool.
It's great.
Those are the best, right?
Yeah.
That's like the key. If it's in a strip mall, no one knows it's supposed to be really good.
It's
Yeah.
packed all the time, so people know, but you don't really hear it mentioned. Like, people don't talk about it. And it might be because it's a little further north than Central, but man, it's awesome. I love it there.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you been to Korea House?
Not in a while.
Korea
That
House
was,
is a good one. I like them.
Yeah, Michael Barnes, who was just on here, suggested going over there.
Yeah, I think they just went through a remodel too.
Okay.
They look a little bit different on the inside, but
I know a couple chefs who are going to be very happy with these recommendations you guys have.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So as you guys think I don't go out, but those are good.
Okay. That's good. That makes me feel better
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm a creature of habit.
Yeah.
Let's get Arlo's, whatever.
But Arlo's is killer.
Oh, man, it's so good. They...
What do you get when you go? Or do you?
It varies. I actually go all over the menu.
Yeah. Well, you can
Yeah.
there. It's all good.
Yeah.
The burger's good.
All of it.
Chicken taco,
Chicken taco's really good.
killer.
Barbecue burger's really good.
Yeah. Especially after visiting the Crackle.
Yeah,
Sad.
yeah, and Grackle is family to me. That's my home bar.
Nice.
So yeah, now that I think about all of this, like Last Straw's there now, and their kitchen's really great.
Oh, you like? Okay.
Yeah, I
Cool.
honestly I don't know who's running it right now, but they are doing such a good job with their food. Again, dive bar food.
That's
Yeah.
great to know.
You know.
Next to Counter Cafe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their food is
maybe we
awesome.
should just open a dive bar.
I've been wanting to
Great
forever.
food.
Yeah,
What are we doing?
yeah.
See, here we
Same
go again.
conversation every week.
Is
Yeah. What
this-
is? Yeah,
Do
what
I
are we
need to
doing?
like slip in a microphone during this conversation at Holy Roller?
Maybe.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, it'd be entertaining.
It would.
Right. You'd be like, edit that, please edit that.
Yeah.
So,
Just hear one of our prep cooks all the time, or all of them.
All of them.
They're much louder than we are.
oh yeah.
So yeah,
So that's how you're able to have these conversations,
probably.
Yeah.
right? Over people talking.
Yes. Or singing.
Lots of singing, lots of dancing. Very,
Oh, yeah?
very productive, but they're singers and dancers. They're funny.
That sounds
They're
good.
a good crew.
Cool.
Yeah.
That
Get
is
a lot
Crazy,
done.
but they're good.
They make me laugh.
nice. So it's a solid team there, though.
Yeah.
Right
I was
now.
gonna say they kind of came with the building.
Yeah.
Most of them worked at Wahoo's previously.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then somehow just kind of
Now,
showed
how
up
did
at the
that
door.
work? So just somehow, because it's not like an insurance thing, because that
No.
wouldn't be like that, right?
The guy who owned Wahoo's knew that they were looking, and kind of said these people are looking for jobs, and
Because that
kind of
was
passed them our way. But then they came in, and they're like, "Okay, I'm ready to work."
wow.
They're great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, we're super lucky. I feel like we still have some turnover, but not as much as I hear from other places. Like
I don't.
We're pretty lucky.
I think the turnover that we've had has not been due to problems in our kitchen. It's usually because somebody is being offered more money, or they're being kind of lured, and not necessarily in a deceptive way, but they're taking a more lucrative offer sometimes, even if it's not by much. So,
And
we
with
have a good
that-
culture,
You can't blame anybody for going out for more money,
No,
especially if
not
there's
at
a family to look out for.
Oh,
but
yeah.
right?
there's also an argument to be made for like stick in one spot and kind of like hone it in there, and
Mm-hmm.
just like pink, you've pink avocado, long stint, Central Market, 4 years?
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and those are not short runs there.
No. Sometimes I regret it. Sometimes I think that there would have been some benefit to hopping around a little bit more, but everybody's
Sure.
got that.
We can always, maybe many people wouldn't, but you could always go stage somewhere.
Oh, totally. Yeah, but not now. I feel like every time I am in a job now, I find myself pretty quickly in a position where that's not really feasible.
A possibility, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to do that on your day off.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Which is understandable.
Right. I joke about it. I was talking to Ryan about it today. I was like, maybe I'll get a second job.
Yeah,
He's like, you can't do that. You don't have any time to do that. So.
it's mentally exhausting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So currently, I know that you're not getting out of the industry,
No,
but you've gone to Escoffier, and then in the short time you're running a restaurant.
yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Is there anything, and it's kind of unique in Austin of all places, right? Because Austin is blown up. The food scene is, rapidly become what it is in a short period of time. But is there anything that you or yourself, Jim, have found that you kind of dislike about our, I guess, quote, industry, that we see here in Austin or in general?
Oof.
And maybe
It's like
maybe
days
as
worth
a
of
whole.
material.
Yeah. Well, maybe just something.
You first.
No, I think I could say too much on this. You first.
Okay.
What don't? We have to think about this. Give me a second.
Okay. Well, I'll throw it out there. I think we're going through a big change in the industry in general. And everybody has an opinion on this, but I feel like there's a polarization in food right now where it's so hard to keep a restaurant open. The margins are famously low. It's hard to make money.
All right.
It's hard to pay your staff.
And we're
so
talking about the entire business.
the entire
restaurant.
business in America, North America. I can't speak to what happens in other countries, but it just seems it's already so tooth and nail just to keep it running and to treat people better. Even chefs that want to do better can't because there's just not enough money to do it.
Yeah.
And when you say treat people better,
Higher wages so they don't have to have second jobs. You know, we all have people that have 2 and 3 jobs because that's just what they want to do, and that's fine. But, you know, people who really want to focus on this in their career and do better but cannot because it doesn't pay them enough.
yeah.
You know, that's just a starting point. But then we get to benefits. And, you know, for some reason, this industry, the people that do this, we don't value it enough to allow a system for benefits to be given to people who cook your food. You know, like you don't want to pay for it, but you want to go out every night.
We have
So,
benefits for musicians in this town,
Yeah.
Correct.
and not for
Not for cooks.
Right.
which is
Just
Right.
missing out on that quality of life, not
Yeah.
being able to take a sick day when you really need it, not being able to take care of yourself.
which is,
physically,
as we
mentally.
know in culinary school, you're taught when you're sick, you don't work. Then when you're in the field
Oh, it's
and
totally
you're
different.
sick, you
Yeah.
can't call in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to culinary school is like totally different than what actually happens in a restaurant.
Right.
At least my experience. My
Sure.
experience was great, and I loved my instructors, but
Yeah.
totally different. Missed out on a lot of things that
Yeah, I think
you don't learn.
it may be hard to convey what you're actually going to get. Well, you said, and that you didn't even know what you're really getting into. Yeah.
I think if they told you the truth, a lot of people wouldn't even
Well,
finish.
I think that's why so many people, like my class, we started with 12 people, and I think the graduating, just my group in my section, there was 4 of us,
Wow.
4 or 5 of us.
That's
A lot of
nuts.
people dropped out, and even after graduation, from all the people that I knew that had gone to culinary school around the time that I did, maybe 8 out of 30 I know still work in the restaurants. Like,
Do
still
you
work in the
keep
restaurant
up with
industry.
them a little bit?
Only on like Instagram, not
Sure.
actual human connection.
Right.
Not enough to talk to them or anything.
Right. You know, sometimes that real subtle, like when you're looking through Instagram, is just enough that when you do see them, you kind of feel like,
Yeah.
oh, hey,
You caught up somehow.
somehow
Yeah.
there isn't this huge, like, where have you been? Or wait, who are you? You kind of connected in a way.
Kind of know what happened in your life a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's all facade.
Yeah.
Can be.
Shows the best.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, so you're anything that you're like, I don't know if you'd call it like just something you really just disagree with or.
I mean, I think you covered it in better words than I could say.
Okay. So you're on the same page.
Yeah, and just I think at Holy Roller we tried really hard to at least be respectful of everybody else, of people's lives, outside lives. And, I think just at the hotel that I know I definitely kind of got lost, and everything about work was more important and missed out on some stuff, and which I guess everybody coming up is like, well, that's just how it is, but it doesn't need to be that way.
No. I hate that.
So just it
makes me
it's
angry,
stupid. It doesn't make
actually.
any sense.
No. People can run, I say this all the time, but they can run these massive companies, these Fortune 500 companies, and then give people the space they need to live. And yes, there's a lot of pressure in that, but there isn't every job that's worth it. And somehow you can have these complicated systems and businesses where people have these caveats for time and family and whatever it may be. And we run restaurants, and somehow it's, oh no, you can't have a life. You can't ask for a day off. We can't hire another part-time person to buffer people's requests for time off,
It's interesting
little
because side by
things,
side, looking at numbers, they're both businesses.
Right. There is no reason that we can't approach this differently and put our priorities in a different place. I think the margins are really what people are going to cite to say that we can't do that, but I think we're wrong. We haven't tried hard enough.
Yeah, I think we're moving in that direction,
Right.
but there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about mental health, which is amazing, and that's having employers are taking steps to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, we had
there's more
the
we can
passing
do.
of Anthony Bourdain to kind of really shine a light on that.
Yeah.
There's part of me, obviously, anybody would question why, but now, over a year later, you're sitting there going, maybe there is a reason why. Like,
Well, sure. I mean, it's not a secret with the back of the house that this is common. It's almost a joke. And then as Food Network and now Netflix and Chef's Table and all these things have become,
glamorized.
yeah, and that's cool. But it is glamorous. It's not reality. But then we see reality where chefs are killing themselves because they lost a Michelin star. Or we see people like Bourdain take their life, and who knows what that had to do with food. Probably his personal.
Sure.
That's somebody's personal life. But it's common, and we don't have the resources to take care of ourselves. And some of it's the chicken or the egg, pirate ship, right? We're going to have that gravitate towards what we do because it's a different type of unstructured life. There's a little bit more flexibility in it. But we don't do a good job of giving people opportunity to do differently.
Right. Yeah, it's you kind of the pirate ship kind of you have an opportunity to express yourself, but at the same time people still suppress, how they really feel, and it's not like an open. It can be embarrassing, like mental illness and all anything that goes along with that. Just feeling, not chipper. You know what I mean? Like everyone else is supposed to be, right?
Yeah, for me, I feel like it's the pressure of the job. I think you're allowed to be an asshole in a kitchen, and you're allowed to be angry. And, in some kitchens, you can still throw things, which I think is asinine too. But if you are upset, we don't have good systems to help people.
Yeah.
And I do think that it's both sides of this. It's a chicken or the egg. We do gravitate people towards what we do who might have more emotional or unstable situations, but we don't have a good place to meet them in the middle and help with that. And I do think that Holy Roller does a good job. We have a good crew of people in management that's willing to at least reach out. That helps. But it's just a starting point. I know. See, I can get really inflamed about this industry shit.
Yeah.
I think
that's okay.
As cooks and chefs, we're all pleasers. We want to make people happy with our food through our work and our craft, and that
100%,
you
100%
dive
true, right?
so hard into that, and it can really mess you up when that's all you focus on, and then you don't focus on yourself. You're not taking care of yourself, and then it's just a spiral.
I go through waves of feeling very interested in what I'm doing and having lots of ideas and being excited about what I do, and then I have a wave of I just don't have it anymore. I don't want to do this because I can't. It's just too much. The pressure's a lot, and why are we doing it? What's the payoff? You see a cap at the end of the tunnel instead of opportunity. And so it's just, this is bigger than a mom and pop restaurant, and it's much bigger than Holy Roller. It's just, there are levels to what we do, and sometimes it's just exhausting, and
Yeah, there's nothing worse than seeing somebody who's been cooking for a long time and then they just are dying to get out of it, but it's kind of what they know, and so they're just kind of stuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of that's just burnout. It's what we're talking about. But if there was a vent to that, there's a pressure release to that, where maybe you could have a little bit more time to focus on yourself, or give some space to another part of your life. It allows that pressure to come off. And
That's good. Yeah. Okay.
that's for anybody.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Everybody needs to be able to breathe and live.
Right.
Days off.
Right.
As far as days off, and like you're saying, these companies are able to give these employees 2 weeks off paid. What is it like working holidays for you guys? Is that something that has ever bothered you, or are you guys okay with it?
Now that I'm older, I feel like
Holidays are for kids.
No, yeah, but also like I have missed out on holidays with my family a lot, and now that I'm older, I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
I want to go back and see my parents, and now they're getting older, and
sure.
I just feel like time is going so fast that holidays are always a good time for everybody to get together.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of not been a part of that.
Can be rough.
Yeah, but at Holy Roller, past couple years, we were closed on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve.
Good.
So that was pretty big. So I got to go home for a couple days to go see the family.
And they made you cook?
No. Well,
So that's a family that loves you.
yes, they made me. I had to make dessert, but I didn't have to do the rest of the cooking because I put my foot down.
Oh, that's good.
Good, yeah.
They're supportive.
Oh.
I'm tired.
I was thinking if you're a chef and you have to still cook on like a holiday, unless you offered and you want to.
Yeah, I still.
You know,
I,
like,
I always
people just
find myself
torturing
doing
you.
it.
Yeah, I get excited about doing it though. Like when I'm like, oh, I want to cook.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
and I want to do these things because that's how we show our love.
Yeah,
too,
every single
you
time.
know?
Do you guys get the you start cooking at home for your loved ones, and then they're like, you like they can't cook around you because you know what you're doing, or they feel like that, and it makes it hard for them to kind of like just be themselves and cook because they're like, am I doing this wrong?
A little bit, but I think I'm over that with my girlfriend now.
She's okay. You've kind of
she's actually
reeled her in, and
pretty great cook.
Yeah, Ryan's great.
Yeah.
He knows how to cook. He actually got a culinary degree in the Dallas area.
Oh, no
Yeah.
kidding.
And he's always worked in other aspects of restaurants. So he's right now he's the GM at Fairground. So he's always in the service industry.
Fairground. So maybe I've seen him
yeah.
over there.
Probably, yeah. He's pulling much longer hours than anybody else I know right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Fairgrounds is awesome. It's like the coolest.
It's a beast.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what do we have in there now? Because Antonelli's was we have Italic.
Italic is there now. Yeah.
We have.
You have Henbit, which is Emerm Rye.
Okay.
You have Contigo in there.
Yes.
You have Nikome, which is Kome Saten, sort of their company. TLV just went in there.
And they've gotten some good feedback recently.
Oh man, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, I should have mentioned that earlier.
I keep hearing good things about them.
It's so good.
And that's close enough to Holy Roller where you can just kind of like bounce
Yeah.
over there.
Sure. Yeah. TLV.
Kinda, yeah.
Big plug. They're amazing.
And Diadu.
Daidui,
Yeah.
Maria still
Yeah.
there.
Yes. Yeah.
I need to get Heather, if you're listening, come on over.
Yeah.
She just got back from Alaska. I want to say she got married, but she's awesome. She's going to come on here. But that
Cool.
fair, it's almost like, does everyone know about it? Or is
I
it?
feel like not enough people know about it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's in a great spot for
It's
people coming into Austin to like walk by and be like, we can just hit all the good places.
You
right
really
here.
can,
Mhm.
right?
You know,
Yeah,
a
I
little
think that's
bit
actually
of,
their idea.
but
People just don't
nobody
know.
knows about it.
Well, I don't want to say it's in a bad spot because it's perfect, but it's also like in the basement almost.
It's
right?
sunken,
Yeah.
from a ground level, you don't really see what's
Yeah.
happening down in the bottom of that
I think
building.
they need to advertise it just a
They need
touch
some-
more.
I think that's a consensus,
Yeah.
is that they're suffering from a
Like
little
a solid marketing
PR.
team.
Yeah, and some of that takes time. They just opened a new bar up on the street level.
Okay.
It's called Ellis, which is bringing people together after Ellis Island. They've got some good things going.
But he's the GM over there.
He's the GM of the Fairground and Ellis, so
Okay.
that sort of beverage food situation. And then the head bartender over there at Ellis is Sarah Rawl,
Okay.
who just came from Four Seasons.
Nice.
Yeah, she's cool.
So back to the cooking at home.
Yeah.
But when you're cooking all day and you're cooking all day, there's nothing better than when someone cooks for you.
Right.
And if they're not comfortable with it, it's like, but I'm sure he is, right?
He is, but I mean, we're both exhausted. So that
it
comes
ham
in
and
like
cheese?
anything, it goes in waves. We're really big on salad kits these
Okay.
days. And we'll find other random things like leftovers to put on the salad kits.
Yep.
We
do the
make
same.
nacho salads constantly, or we make tots salads, like tater tots covered in salad.
Nice.
So we're good at hacking
Tater tots
those.
covered in salad.
Oh,
That's awesome.
it's so good. Yeah,
Should
there's-
try that one.
it's awesome.
We do a can of Amy's vegetarian chili
Mm.
on the salad.
Yeah,
It's a big one.
that's good. Yeah, and
Amy's. Amy's, yeah.
Yeah.
How is that?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Are you're not a vegetarian?
No, not really anymore. But I don't eat a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Mostly just when I'm eating out, something special. But I
I
don't
think it's a
really cook the meat at home.
good way to go. Is to kind of avoid it for most of the times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like super hardcore vegetarian for like 14 years.
Oh,
14?
you and me
Yeah.
both.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
I actually went to culinary. I was a vegan during culinary school,
Oh,
which
wow.
did not go over very well.
No, there's a lot of
That's-
backlash against just even being a vegetarian and
Oh my
being a
God.
chef.
It
Like
was
people
pretty-
think you don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
That was.
That makes sense.
I was in Chicago, and I actually had like chefs who were old school enough to like really give me shit.
Oh,
Like,
sure.
Yeah, and it was not fun. I was very uncomfortable
It's
for a
gonna be
lot of
hard.
it.
Yeah.
But I was all really into health at the time, and then vegetarian, pescatarian, and then eventually within not even a year, I'll have to look at when it's going to become a year. I started delving back into the carne.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody has their reasoning for doing that. you know.
Yeah. But I've noticed, I don't know, there's something to vegetarian, like or just eating less meat.
That's really what I would like to see more people doing. We're in such a
Well,
I don't know.
we're in barbecue.
sustainable.
Yeah.
Right.
better
I mean, the
food right
cattle
now.
industry
Yeah.
is crazy.
Right, there's so
it's
much
doing
to
a lot
it.
of damage.
It's
Yeah.
and I mean, it's not just killing cows.
No, I mean that's what I was saying. Everybody has a reasoning, and for me, I have multiple reasons why I don't do that anymore. But
Are you a vegetarian?
I'm a pescatarian who barely eats seafood, so
Okay. Is it
that's
for
that's kind of
protein
my.
or just because you can't? It's like sushi. You
I have
can't
a
do it.
really weird, and I'm going to get shit for this, I'm sure, but I have a really weird reasoning for it. I don't like eating animals that have cognitive ability, which sounds super nerdy. Like I don't eat octopus because they're smarter than your dog. So that I don't like
Hey,
that.
I can get with that. I like that.
Like if an animal can unleash itself from a trap, then I have no business eating that.
Yeah.
But most seafood doesn't have that ability. They're like insects essentially, so I don't mind eating them. And they're not nearly as unhealthy for you as far as like overall health effects.
Sure.
I did a lot of research on Japanese culture and the blue spots where people live to be over 100 and their diets and how that works. And I try and shoot for,
What they're doing.
yeah, and of course it's not perfect. I just said I eat tater tots with salad on it. But whatever I can do,
Sorry.
did it go off?
I don't know. We're having
Yeah.
technical difficulties here. Something happened. Oh, man, that's a bummer. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. We're getting audio for sure. That's a guarantee.
I'm more comfortable with that
Yeah.
anyway.
No,
Everybody
now I can
is.
relax.
So am I. I'm okay with that. Something happened. If anything, we'll just have this camera on the whole time.
Great.
On you guys.
Perfect.
That's the one and only.
Get real close.
Yes, but yeah, no, that's great to be, health conscious. Do you need another drink? Are you good?
I'm good. Yeah.
You okay? Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, but you've started cooking. It's hard to cook when you're vegetarian or
Yeah.
I mean, you need to taste the food.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not. I could try harder, but also for me, it started out as like a texture thing. And when I was younger, one of my friends her family and they were vegetarian. I think they were vegan actually.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's that? That's cool. And so I hopped on that train and stuck with it all throughout most of my teenage years.
That's how that happened?
Yeah. And then started really eating meat when I moved to Texas.
Yeah, wouldn't you know?
This environment will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Was
I
it
still don't-
barbecue or a burger or something?
it was chicken wings.
Chicken wing.
Yes. I still enjoy a chicken wing. Shout out to Del Rey, Pickle City.
They are awesome.
Thinking a pound.
Yeah.
And I will eat them all.
Wow.
Yeah, but still don't eat too much meat. Just
Sure. But vegetarian, you can get along pretty well. I mean, just go to Arlo's.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can survive off it, according to a girl I know who lives over there.
I'm interested in this.
Yeah. I don't know. Balance is
Do a
good.
study.
Do a study of Arlo's.
She's gonna donate her body to science and see what happened.
Oh, I'm sure there's people who are living off something like that.
Oh, worse.
I mean, yeah.
And there are people that live off of 7-Eleven.
We've
Oh,
got.
yeah.
I had a guy who
Taquitos.
an individual named Joe who, and that's very fitting. I hate vegetables, and I was like, he just doesn't eat vegetables, and I was like,
It's crazy.
how do you gotta eat vegetables? Or do you eat French fries? Then you eat vegetables occasionally.
At least some derivative of a vegetable.
But there are people out there who are
Oh.
definitely eating horribly. So
Yeah, we had somebody send back some Brussels sprouts the other day
Because they're green.
because it was a mistake. They were sent to their table as it was a misfire on our part. But when he saw the Brussels sprouts, he was upset because they were green, and he would not eat that.
is it a fried Brussels
Yeah.
sprout?
And it's
Yeah,
fried. And
yeah.
it's covered in like apple butter, which is it's just basically covered in sugar.
Yeah.
And he was like, nope.
No,
What?
that is green, and I don't eat green things.
So
So,
freaks out about it.
yeah.
But if it was fried through, he would have been fine.
Who knows? I mean, we didn't go into a
Yeah.
thing.
Just let him
Yeah.
It's funny.
But yeah, so speaking of those apple butter Brussels sprouts, anything on the menu you guys worth mentioning? You guys do menu flips often? You guys stick to the same thing?
be. Kind of. We keep a core, like 3 or 4 things that haven't changed since the beginning, just because everything sells so well.
And those are customer requests to kind of keep on there, pretty much,
Kind of, just kind of. by
or
the
you just see
numbers.
the sale?
Yeah,
okay.
I see the sale. So, and that's like our chicken biscuit and our brisket biscuit, and then some fries, some fry dishes. That we
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we just did a change
I have a feel like
a month ago.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, we tried. I tried to change with the seasons.
Anything exciting on there?
I think I'm pretty excited about just doing something different, and some of the dishes are. I think the menu is more balanced now because of what we've done. You know, there are some lighter and some heavier things, and so our classic stuff is a little heavier, and the newer items I think we've lightened it up a little bit.
So balanced it out a little bit.
Yeah, we do a lox muffin right now. So we've started curing salmon in house, and
Okay.
we've been making English muffins in the style of an everything bagel, and it's got all the zhuzh that you would expect to have on an everything lox bagel.
Right.
So we're doing that, and it's it's a little bit of a twist, format wise, and looks
Do you
great.
throw an egg on there or no?
No egg.
No egg.
No, we don't do that.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Would
Not-
be good, right?
It would. I mean, classic would be hard boiled or soft boiled, right? But yeah, I mean, we're famous for putting eggs on stuff, so it's maybe ripe for that.
Sure.
It's a good question.
Do you guys do a lot of like local sourcing for the Holy Roller, or is it?
As much as we can.
Yeah.
I mean, people, back to what we were talking about earlier, people only want to pay so much
Yeah.
for food.
Mhm.
And what we do seems a little more lowbrow, but, we're making everything in-house. We're curing our salmon in-house. We're making all the bread in-house. We're pickling all the pickles. So it's a balance. Where we can, we'll go as local as possible, but there's
No
some things-
commissary. Everything's coming out of Holy
Yeah,
Roller.
no commissary, but
That would be cool.
we're kind
Yeah.
of bursting at the seams. So who knows what's gonna happen?
So, are there like any kind of projections for like a second Holy Roller, or
Callie is a busy person,
yeah?
and so she likes to go out there and think of ideas, and she's smart. So I don't want to say another Holy Roller per se, but I have no doubt that she's got some stuff on the works. Yeah.
Cool. Maybe that would involve a commissary, where you guys could all, or
It is not going to involve our kitchen.
Our kitchen is
It is just physically too small to handle anymore. So, whatever happens next with her business is going to be somewhere else phically. It can't be there.
So her wheels are turning. She's
They're
working-
always turning.
always
you
turning.
know? Yeah. And
She's the creative one there.
she is super creative, and she's always got really fun, good ideas. So,
cool.
she's mentioned some things, but I can't speak to them
Sure.
in public. But
She
we'll see what
got
happens.
my wheels turning, and I mentioned this on the last podcast with Phil and Camden. We're flipping through Instagram. I saw her getting a tattoo, and I thought to myself, why don't we have tattoo artists in here too? and like,
If you want some stories, I'm sure you'll get more.
There you go.
Yeah.
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 So I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe some things can get finished in here. Some tattoo work while a discussion is happening.
Get some scratching done in here on the
Interesting.
table. Wouldn't
Is
be
that
the
a
first time I
possibility?
would do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Right. I don't know how well the zzz would show up on the audio.
Might have to be stationed, a little further away.
Right.
But now they have these electric guns that
Oh.
don't make any sound.
No kidding.
Really?
Yeah, they're almost like pens.
So you just feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's weird. I
interesting.
kind of
Yeah.
like the sound.
I do too.
It's
Yeah.
kinda- Does it still? I mean, it's
Oh
kinda-
yeah, it operates exactly the same.
Hmm.
But it doesn't have the entire machine that you're used to seeing. That needs tuning, and they pop a cartridge into it, and it's good to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I can talk to a chef. I don't know how much. I mean, we all get tattoos. I mean, I have some, but I don't know what. I mean, tattoo artists. I'm sure they like to talk.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you could probably do that. You might want to think about what you could barter with them. They're probably going to be more interested in a barter than we would.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm speaking out of turn. I'm not a tattoo artist, but I know enough of them.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
It's, set something up, get a gift card, do a thing.
Yeah.
Might be more enticing.
So there you go. And then, I mean, there's so many cool things happening in Austin and cool avenues, but I mean, primarily we're focusing on culinary, but it was just a thought, and that's what sparked it. So it's contagious.
Yeah.
She's always thinking of stuff. I started thinking about that.
Contagious is a good word for her in a good way, but she's always got something going on. It's impressive.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That is good. So anything else that you guys want to touch on? Anything you guys have focused on? Like, I don't know, any charities that you guys want to, anything you guys want to mention?
Charities, huh? I don't know.
Anything.
That's kind of random. I mean, we at Holy Roller, we always try and help Safe out, which is an amazing charity.
Okay. What is safe?
You have more experience with them.
Is I don't know their exact.
Okay.
What the acronym stands for. Yeah.
But they help people in bad situations, relationships, things like that.
Right.
And they're pretty awesome. They have people who go out and, they're their emotional support when they need them and give them the resources they need to get out of their situation or get through their situation.
The Safe Alliance?
Yes.
They have some sort of like they're advocates and they're almost like social workers, but more for a specific population. So they used to be Safe Place, and then they merged, I believe. I'm probably getting this wrong, but something changed, and it turned into Safe.
Yes, they merged with another group.
Yeah.
Who, actually, Sprinkle Dick could talk more on this.
She's at Swedish Hill still?
She is at Uchi.
Oh.
She was
Cool.
doing Swedish Hill for a bit, and then she's at Uchi full time now.
How's she like that?
She loves it.
Okay.
I'm super excited for her.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Cool.
Amazing person. That's somebody you should talk
High
to.
hospitality. I told her before we aired episode 1 that she was excited, but she's
busy.
Yeah, she was on her way to go to both Uchi. She mentioned Uchi, and that's exciting. Yeah.
Tell her that she can talk about Hamilton, and I think she'll come on.
Oh,
you'll need to do like a
right?
bonus hour if she gets to talk about Hamilton.
This is the bonus episode.
She'll have to do more.
Yeah,
But yeah, she's amazing. She volunteered at Safe and now works with Safe.
Okay, very cool.
She works at Uchi. She's always doing something.
She's a hustler.
Super active in everything. She's always out at a march, donating her time.
So I'm sure people can donate to Safe. I mean, if they just get on their website. Actually, I just opened it. It says donate now in the right corner.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah. Oh, have you guys heard of Water to Thrive?
No.
It's like a
Somebody
nonprofit.
mentioned that the other day,
Okay.
but I didn't listen to the rest of the detail.
Sure. That it's possible that the executive Suzanne, is her name, might come on here, and they're doing like somebody may have mentioned it because they do like a chef's auction, like a chef's table.
Yeah.
Okay. So did they want to get you involved in that?
No, somebody else was talking about it. Like
Oh, okay.
One of our.
I was at Barley Swine, and I guess they're involved, and they were interested in coming on here too. But I'm really excited, and I hope she comes on here. I guess the event's in September, so she would need to do it quickly. But
Yeah, that's coming up
it is coming up.
very quickly.
Right. So, and you're on your way out. So this is a farewell podcast where you can replay it and say, man, I miss Austin. Or you can say, I'm so happy I got out of there.
Maybe a little bit better.
I already kind of miss it. I'm not even gone yet. So.
I'm sure.
it.
I mean, Austin's a great spot, right?
Oh, yeah.
And to be honest, Holy Roller, what you're doing over there is part of what makes it awesome.
I
So,
know.
yeah.
It's going to be weird.
He'll keep the torch going there.
Yeah, definitely. I trust him. He's going to do
I like
great
to think that
things.
we're pretty similar.
You guys,
We have a lot in
FaceTime.
common.
Come
Yeah.
on, just FaceTime.
I don't see that happening. Yeah. We're both, I can't do it. I'm too self-conscious about that.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't.
Me too.
Yeah.
Actually, FaceTime definitely makes you look weird.
Really?
I mean, I get enough
Does it
of
distort you?
No, you just look all like a big oval, and you
Yeah.
look like weird, and
That's
you're
all
like,
you can see.
yes. Instead of
lens
looking
or
at the
something?
person, you're looking at yourself.
Yeah, it's weird.
No, I don't want to do that.
No, I understand. Well, just wait till a little daughter pops around.
Won't happen.
Won't happen. Well, hey,
You FaceTime your cat?
Well, I
Wise
mean, like
words.
Ryan can't have a kid and I can't, so that's not going to happen.
well, there is always adoption.
That is true.
That is true.
That's
But
true.
hey,
Yeah.
I don't know. I love you,
You
my
you
daughter,
never
but
know.
I opt not to.
You never know.
Don't do it.
They're expensive.
They're expensive.
I can
Yeah,
barely take care of myself.
People who
Yeah.
say kids are expensive never just say what's expensive is that you'll pay like $1,000 a month in daycare. There you go. That's the people say it's expensive, and you're thinking diapers and food and an extra person. I mean, and then daycare. The people tell me that's the easy part. What's coming up is going to be like college. You think it's expensive now? College,
Yeah.
car.
I mean, we'll see what college
disgusting how
even
much
looks like
things
now. I mean,
It is
college
crazy.
might not even be in the same system it's in now by the time she gets to it.
Yeah.
You know,
Which would be great, right? I mean,
hopefully.
I mean, everybody's basically imprisoned with debt after
I
college.
don't know. I tell you, I think you should teach her how to be a plumber, or you should teach her
A
how
trade?
to run a
Give her
bar.
a good trade, yeah.
Yeah. Electrician, plumber, own a bar.
Own a bar.
Yeah.
Because there will always be those things.
Yep. And don't tell her to be a cook.
No.
Well,
Don't
every
do that.
chef who
Yeah.
comes on who mentions their kid says, I don't want my kid in the industry.
No,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't do that. I
Yeah.
mean, here we are loving it, but it's just tough sometimes, and so you
Right.
know, I would rather see a kid, if I had a kid, become a plumber, make that money, hustle.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
a trade is always a good way to go.
Mm-hmm.
But you missed Austin. You will be missed. I'm sure. You should come back and visit. If you ever come back and visit,
Oh, I will.
and you have time, and you want to, it's not like a short little thing. You want to come on the podcast and talk about Dallas a little bit. My buddy and I are going to take a whole day and go to San Antonio and kind of pass out cards and stickers. We'll probably do it to Dallas and Houston, and for now keep this underground, just word of mouth kind of stuff, talking about it before
That's
I
awesome.
try and pay somebody for something.
Pretty exciting. You've ramped this up so fast, and
Yeah.
it's going.
It's
really
all you
well.
guys.
awesome.
Yeah.
People say that, but I'm just running around twisting everybody's arms. Say, come on. It's fun.
Yeah.
Sit down and do it. Here,
It's relaxing.
It is. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
please tell
Me too.
people that because I
Feels
tell
good.
them. I tell them it's fun.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Oh, we gotta wrap this up.
Okay.
But you're sticking around. So
I'm not
anybody
going
to-
anywhere. I don't have anything but Holy Roller, which is exciting. It's a new era, and we're gonna miss you a lot. And I don't know. I won't have the person to talk to. Text.
But I'm excited to see where you take it. I
Yeah.
feel good about it. It's going a good
Anybody?
direction.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Anybody here in Austin, just go visit, Jim and Holy Roller.
Yeah.
You're
please do.
there till when? What, August?
August 4th.
Okay, so you're basically out of here. You're wrapping it up. So yeah, go say hi to Jim. Order whatever, right?
Please
Give
do.
him a hug.
Yeah. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Steer clear, right?
Yeah. Shake my hand, maybe.
But cool.
Yeah.
Well, farewell. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
thank you.
Come
Yeah,
back
thank
if
you.
you can.
It's been really
Absolutely.
nice.
Thank you. Definitely. Thank you for what did you bring here?
It's some whiskey that I had when I was in Colorado, and then I saw it here.
Okay.
Tin Cup.
Oh, beautiful.
It's supposed to be made with Rocky Mountain.
Okay, cool.
Kissed by an angel.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We'll be talking about you when we open it up.
Yeah.
It's cool. Well, thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Definitely.
It's been fun.